it ain't that hard, mate. Get the right way. We were just having a knockoff beer. You can see I'm sorry, bud. I jumped the gun. I cracked it, but I haven't taken the shoulder out because gonna have a knockoff beer with Soot. Finished spinning a couple of pumps, mate. 300 TDI loaded. That's got the B1 Telex, mate, so they're amazing, man. That's a 311 with the B1. Got a Telex medium, but we've loaded that one, of course, so load stands 300, wasn't a thing. Well, it is in here. That's dirty old DT. But anyway, we're gonna have a knockoff. Quickly finish spinning this pump up, mate, and I thought, crap, I haven't included you, mate. So, look, this is why you're here, all right? I'm going to run you through. Oi, Jared, I know it's a little early, man, but sometimes, you know, when you start early, you can knock off early. So, that, as we know, that sort of clock, it's the only one that tells the time. So, yep, it's getting towards the end of the day. Of course, that's why we're having a stub, mate. But, Burrows, you're going to love this. Right, I'll sit you up there. How good's the magnet? And we're going to talk about an 11mm Billy Gov pump. You heard about the Billy Gov, Burrows? I'll show you. So, we've done, I don't know, we've done countless now. Probably lost count, to be honest, but they're getting around the world where the dyno shops are getting involved in doing, mate. Now, we've had a couple of phone calls over the, I don't know, last couple of months. And certain shops have been asking, why do they keep ramping fuel and it keeps dipping? I keep getting, you know, a dip in my AFRs and I can't lean it out. I'm going to show you why. So this is a custom request when someone says they want a Billy Gov 11, right? I'm going to run you through it. We're going to, oh crap, that's right, you're over here. We're going to, sorry bud, we're going to run you through it in under a beer. Sort of keep the heck up, okay, mate? And I'm going to show you what goes on, what we do, the changes, and why they don't perform anything like anyone's ever seen in the TD world, because friggin' Billy's been involved. So, yes, the good thing with these pumps are they have a progressive rate governor the whole way through the rev range. So, you know, your normal dyno curves. Look, I don't really like talking about dyno curves. They're friggin' gay. But let's say we know they go up like that, and then the AFRs do this sort of a thing. Get me? Understand? They dip down on the pin. Well, what you're going to start seeing, mate, is the AFRs are going to start doing this. It's just, I'll show you. All right? Please. Just friggin' Jared draws way better lines than Billy does. Billy doesn't understand them. Righto. So, back here. Let's spin her up. We're going to replicate here, mate, 500. Alright, 500 no boost, or 600, whatever you really want. But as long as you understand, the reason we're replicating around that speed is because that's when the turbo, no matter what size turbo, mate, it really ain't doing a great deal under 1,000 engine or 500 pump. Look at that. Keep up and do the maths, mate. So, that there's roughly sort of, I don't know, let's just, you know what, let's put it on average, sorry, so we can get a better idea. We haven't got to look at everything. That's not average. Billy! Wait up. Okay, you've only got one to look at. It's so much easier. Let's call that 60. It is. So, when we're revving it up, let's just pick, I don't know, let's pick 800. Let's just rev it up to 800, mate. That's coming up, pressures are doing their thing, that's just what happens. And you can see it's still holding, I don't know, still holding 60. Let's bring it up to 900. What are we doing? Naturally, it's starting to grow. So, no boost, you understand? There's nothing going on. We'll keep the boost off the compensator, mate, so you can make sense of your graph, alright? Your graph. So look, 900, we're doing 66. If you didn't remember what it was, let's bring it back down to 600. That's 66. Let's bring it back down. Oh, drop down to 60. Let's just spin it, I don't know, let's just spin it to 1200. No, look, let's go up a little bit smaller doses so you can see. Let's go to 1,000. Now 1,000, keep in mind, Burrows, is the full load on TD. Look at that, we've done 73. You understand? There's no boost coming on here. I'll bring it back down so you can get an idea. You can try and understand what all this friggin' rot means, mate. Okay, coming back down, we're back down to 60. Let's go 1,000 again so you can see it in real time. Let's see it in real time here, mate. Alright, let's watch it ramp up. Right, so we got 72. No boost, just pump speed doing this. Stuff, you might know, let's just pick another speed, 1400, let's do that. Have a look what we got. It's just growing, you get me? So now we're at 81 cc's a full load without any boost compensator hooked up. I could keep going, we could keep going, but we have to. Sorry, let's shut it down. Burrows, we've got to think about it like we're on the diesel motor, right? Put you back up there. So by now, at that speed, no matter what turbo choice, it's starting to come on, regardless of, we're at full load, okay? It's starting to come on now. So yes, the governor's increasing fuel without boost, but now the turbo's actually going to be, starting to increase plenty. So in the real world conditions, let's try and replicate that, mate. So you see we're at 1,400 then, we've done 80. Right. Let's spin it back up to, 1,000. Keeps everyone understanding 1,000's a full load on TD. That's where they generally make their maximum torque, mate. And it goes like that. The torque curve falls away. It's about 1,000 pump. Funny enough, it's roughly around 2 grand engine. Look at that. Do the math. So, now let's just put 1,200 pump speed into it. But we've got to start ramping some boost on, of course, okay? Yeah, it's got to load, it's got to do all that stuff. We've covered all that before, mate. None of the load sense is different. Nothing's different. So, what I'm trying to say is you'll get an idea of why these governors carry a different AFR curve than what most people are used to. Righto! Look, 900. That's with the boost on. We've got 20 pound. That's bottom back compensated. Now, this is still limited in here, mate. You understand, this is a limited potential pump. I'll show you the potential soon, but just keep up because we're not talking about that. We're just trying to talk about the government curve. Righto, so 900 to 116. The boost is going to change the same, but let's go 1,000. You see that getting typed in there? Still 20 pound. Let's watch it. Oh, that just grew, didn't it? So, again, let's just go 1,200 and grow it. It's all RPM, there's no boost, nothing else is changing. What's that done? Done 133. Let's just keep going, pick another speed, mate. Keep up, Burrows. It just keeps growing. You understand? It's gonna keep growing. That's the full load of this pump on the pin at roughly 1,400. Now, let's come back to 1,200 here. You'll see nothing's changed, the speed's dropping out of it. Well, we've lost a few cc there, it's actually gained. So that's the hysteresis of a fuel pump, mate. They don't actually always follow what they do on the way up, what they do on the way down. It's a little bit different. I'll exaggerate it for you. Look, yeah, 1,000, dropped back to 125 full load. So, I guess to sum it up, these pumps don't perform anything like what everyone's used to on the dyno. They don't behave anything like it. The governors in these are an exponential governor according to RPM. Load sense is also a big factor on how they bring their fuel in. If you want to know why sometimes, I know there's a few guys out there wanting to understand why the turbo choice is just not keeping up with these Billy Gov pumps. It just won't. If you want a standard pump, get a standard pump. You want a Billy Gov? Talk to us about the actual turbos that'll do the job. So progressive RPM is increasing the fuel with the boost, mate. Yes, it's a new thing. And unfortunately, Billy's the one that had to come up and design it. So yeah, we've done it, I know, countless amount, but we're starting to see them in the dyno world. And what I'm saying, Burrows, is when I don't know, just people haven't been exposed to it, of course. They're wanting to understand why the AFRs are really still dipping the whole way through the rev lines before the turbo can actually start to eat it. And that's as simple as I can explain it to you. Guys are wanting crazy horsepower and crazy torque curves. Well, some of the turbos out there aren't designed for these, mate. Does that make sense? Burrows. Oi, Jared, tell me if I drew all this wrong. I'd love to stand corrected because I don't know about these dyno graphs. We just talk real stuff in here, mates. A bit of CC and stubs. You understand? Without the stubs, we don't do the palms. Righto. Apart from that, it's a normal pump. You know, let's just spin it up here and we'll, I don't know, let's just do a normal idle. Nothing different. They idle dead, no different. They torque up, no different. They, you know, they don't high idle any different. They just governor curve is completely changed on these pumps. Now, we've still got some shims in here, mate. So it'll still pot. These do about a 150. We got the shims in there to limit it because, well, that's what this customer wants. He wants a max 11. See the 11, mate? Definitely 11. So yeah, we got it potting at 150, but limited. And I think, what did I show you it was doing? Let's just quickly, how do we do this? Quickly, hold that. I'm gonna have to hold that. Holy crap, Bailey. Get out of the way and show them. What's it doing again? 135-ish, you get me? So, with a 135, limited on the pan, it's got a 150 potential, but it's got a progressive Billy governor. Oi, Ryan. Billy, get the right way. That's a progressive governor 11, mate. A little bit better than a 12, to be honest. Righto. Oi, Burrows. Did that make sense? Let me know. Hold it together.